Hello, I'm Teresa from Teresa's Spot for Art, where I love sharing art from my heart and teaching you how to create a little joy in your life through some fun, simple, and quick art projects. I have this haunted pumpkin here. It is ceramic, and I'm going to show you how easy and fun it is to paint ceramics with acrylic paint. No kiln needed, acrylic paint, and then you can use a clear coat to finish it later on if you want. I'm going to turn you guys around. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do by hitting the red button below. And I'm going to get started painting. I have some colors out here. I have some fun colors. I have like a lime green, some orange, some bright yellow, purple, black, and white for now. But you can use whatever colors you want, whatever colors you like. It is totally up to you. Paint on ceramics dries really, really quick. I love it. And then in about 24 hours, when it's completely dry, you can take a triple thick or a matte finish clear coat and spray it on, leave it to dry, and you will have a beautiful piece of ceramic. Sometimes colors, it depends on the color, need 2 coats, but you can be the judge of that when you're painting. You might like the finish, you might think you only need 1 coat, and that is totally up to you. I am a one-stroke decorative artist, and I love painting, and I have over 300 video tutorials on this YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I am painting the pumpkin part of this haunted pumpkin purple. I like purple. I like purple for Halloween. I like Halloween. But the point of this is to show you how easy and quick it is to paint ceramics. A lot of the big stores now, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Target, Walmart, you name them, they have small ceramic blanks that you can pick up fairly inexpensively and get some acrylic paints and paint some ceramics. This one with all the cutouts, you can put a battery operated tea light in it. You can get those at the Dollar Tree. If I can find a link, I'll put that in the description as well. And then when you put it up on the shelf or the mantle or your counter, it will all light up through the cutout stars in the roof and the windows. It's really, really pretty. So I'm just taking it and rolling it around, going around the windows and the details. But it's okay, because when we get to the windows, if we get any paint on your windows or your other details, it's totally fine. We can fix it. We'll just go over the color that it needs to be. Acrylic paint and acrylic paint projects can be very forgiving. You can fix anything. I might need a smaller brush to get up in here. We'll see. And that's even a reason why I start with certain sections first, because this is going to be all the purple. But when I come back and do the underneath of the hat roof, and then this part, I will clear up any overpaint that I have. And purple is one of those colors that sometimes needs a second coat, but I don't have to give a complete second coat. I'm just rolling it around, seeing maybe where it was light, and then adding some extra paint to that. If you want to do a complete second coat, you can. By the time you finish the first coat, it is plenty dry enough to then go around and do a second coat. So I'm going to give my brush a wash. I'm going to go into my brown, and now I'm going to do the little roof shingles that go over the doorway on both sides. I'm using about a 1/2 inch flat brush, but if this brush is not cooperating for you, you can go down to a smaller brush or a round brush. Maybe that's easier for you to get into all the corners. It's totally up to you. And again, if you don't want a purple pumpkin, you can use whatever color you like, whatever colors you have on hand. Whatever makes you happy. It's your art. It's your project. You can do whatever you want. Okay, so I did that part. I think I'll do these little parts here too, brown. I'm going to do my door a different color. It sort of reminds me of a gingerbread house. And again, I do certain sections so that when I come back and I do the next part, if I got paint where I didn't want it, I'll just clean it up. See, my brown is getting a little bit on the door, and I want to do my door of a different color. But that's okay, because when I come back with my different color, I will be able to clean all those loose, stray paint marks up. I'm just going to do, and I might need a different brush for this, my broom handle, because there is a broom here. Because there's broom parking outside this haunted house, this haunted pumpkin, and we have a broom here. So I'm just going to do the broom handle. And then while I have some brown paint, I'm just going to rough up a little bit of dry paint on the broom. And then with the dirty brush, I'm going to go into my yellow a little bit, and I'm going to add that on top of my brown. This way we have a bit of brown and yellow going on with our broom. If it's too much yellow, I can come back to the brown. And so we have a bunch of different shades going there. Okay. And then I am going to switch my brush. I'm going to get out this little short brush right here. I'm going to go to my lime green. And I'm going to do over the windows. Again, if you don't like this color palette, you can do whatever color palette you choose. You can do your pumpkin a more traditional orange if you like. It doesn't have to be purple. So there's one window, and then here's the other. I put this piece of cardboard down underneath me because I work on a tile surface. It's very easy to clean up when I get too much paint built up on it after doing so many projects. So I put this piece of cardboard down so my ceramic is not going ching 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 while I paint. Maybe I'll do the bottom part here too, green. And maybe I'll do the window panes then black to go with the hat. And I want to get in here too. Okay, and then up under in there. All right. Okay, and I'm going to switch back to my larger brush. And I'm going to start working on my hat. Acrylic gives such nice coverage on ceramics. I'm just taking my brush and I'm just like squishing it in to the holes with the stars. I want my band to be a second color, so I'm just going to come in here and try and as neatly as I can go around the band of the hat with my brush. Okay, pick up some paint and squish it in the holes for the stars. When you get a little electric tea light with a battery and stick it in here, it's going to look really pretty when it lights up. If you have not subscribed to my channel, it's easy to do. You just hit the red button and you will get notified every time I upload a new video. I try and do at least 2 videos a week. And there are about 300 more complete step-by-steps and quick video tutorials on my YouTube page. Like I said, I'm just pushing the brush around in there and getting into those corners and those nooks and crannies of the star as best as possible. Okay, and now I'm going to start doing the hat brim. Sometimes I like to get the paint on my surface, but then I will go back. I like all my brush strokes to go in the same direction. So we want to paint, we want to get the paint on, we want to get it all covered up, but then we want to go back and we want to make sure that all our brush strokes go in the same direction. We have some reason for that. Whether it's all vertical or whole horizontal, you will be able to see your brush strokes, and you don't want it to look like you just like slapped. Well, you might want it to look like that, and of course that's up to you, it's your art. But if you don't want it to look like that, you want all your brush strokes to go in the same direction. So as I paint the roof on this ceramic, I'm just bringing my brush around. I'm not getting it on the band, and I'm painting it around the whole entire hat brim in a circle. And squishing my brush into the stars so we can get the edges in there. Sometimes your ceramic piece has a little dust on it, and as you paint it, you will think you painted a particular spot, and then there'll be like a little air bubble in there that'll pop, and you'll have some white specks. So you just have to go back and look it over. Okay, I'm going to put my finger in here, and I'm going to hold it upside down. And I'm just going to come in here with these little strokes so I don't get too much on my purple. And I'm getting underneath the hat and on the edge. You see here I got some purple on the roof. That's why we do the black second, so we can just go right over that and clean it up. And I'm just going around the whole hat. Little tiny strokes, keeping my brush from getting too much black on the purple part while I work my way out on the headband, or rather the hat brim. Okay. I'm going to need a little bit more black paint. And let's see. I'm going to get, I don't know, what color should I do the band on the hat? Let me think. I think I'm going to do a turquoise. Turquoise, peacock blue, whatever this is. I want my Haunted Pumpkin here to have some really fun colors. So I washed my brush. And I'm coming in here again with this about 1/2 inch wide flat brush. I'm getting most of the paint off on the band And then I'm turning my brush a little bit so I can do the top part and not get paint where I don't want it. Again, it's easy enough to clean up. You would just go back later on and clean everything up with a small brush. Clean up your black, clean up your purple. But if you take your time a little bit here, it saves you time in the end. I have to get the bottom part. Let me put my finger back in here and do the bottom part of this sash or this band on the hat where it meets the black. And I'm continuously turning as I go. Now I just picked up, you might be able to see, I just picked up a little bit of black. I'm not going to worry about that. It's just adding a little bit of shading to my band, and I'm not going to worry about that. This part goes through the buckle on the hat. And I'm doing it first, so when I come back and do the buckle, I can clean it all up. Okay? All right, I'm going to wash my brush. Then I'm going to mix a tiny bit of black with some white. I'm going to get like a light gray color. If you have gray, that's fine. Oops. And I'm going to paint my chimney. I wanted my chimney to be a little darker, so I just went in and put my corner of my brush in some straight black paint. And I'm going to do these steps down here as well. It's okay to not overmix your paint and have different shades on your steps, some darker, some lighter. It does not have to be, and you really don't want it to be one solid color. You want to see a variation there. These are bricks, they're old, it's a haunted pumpkin, and you want to see different colors there. If you're liking this video, please hit the subscribe button. What do you think so far? So cute, right? So cute. So I'm going to wash this brush. I'm going to go back to this little brush. And I'm going to pick up some of this blue, and I'm just going to fix here where I got some gray from my chimney. Okay? See how easy that was? All right. Wash that again. Then I'm going to stick with this brush. I'm going to go to the black. And I'm going to paint these details on our windows. Don't worry if you get paint where you don't want it. You can just wait for it to dry and then go back and clean it up with the color you need. I do not suggest adding water. I just suggest being patient, waiting for whatever it is that you want to fix to dry, and then come back over it with the color that you need. So that's one window. I don't worry about it too much, but anywhere like where there's cutouts, like with the stars or these windows, I like to get inside the cutouts. Otherwise you'll have a lot of white going on your project. Now this side of the window didn't really have it bumped out for the window, but I just made a line anyway. I want my painting to match both sides of the windows, so I just went in there and I made a line. Even though it wasn't technically a bump, technically some frame, it might have been an oversight with the mold. I'm not going to worry about it, but I wanted this window to match this window, so I did it. Okay. I'm just adding a little bit of black here. Okay, now I need this little brush because I think I have a little bit of purple here in the corner next to the broom and the door. So I'm just going to fill that in, and I'm going to get in here around the roof a little better. Get in here around this window a little better with my liner brush. I'm still a little undecided about what color to make the door, so I'm going to be leaving that. Well, you know what I might do with the door? I might make the door the blue like we have on the top. Pick up this gold color. This is cadmium yellow from Deco Art. Okay. Maybe I'll do the door handle with this gold too. I'm probably gonna have to clean this up a little bit because I didn't do my door yet, and that would have been better to do the door first, but that's okay. Okay. Wash my brush. I'm going to go back to that other little brush. I like to give my brush a nice wipe. And I'm going to fill in the door. And again, if you're not loving these colors, you can pick any colors you want. It's your art, it's your project. I'm going to get inside the little windows and the door. In some ways, it's easier to paint ceramics because it's almost like it's all ready for you. The elements are there. They're the size they need to be. You just have to switch your brushes so you can get into the little nooks and crannies. Now, what should I do down here? Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Just to be keeping it together, I'm going to pick up some of this lime green I have here. I didn't even wash my brush. I still have the blue on it from the door, and that is fine. Oh, it's looking so, oh, too much. Looking so cute. So cute. Okay. Right, so I'm gonna get my liner brush. Give it a nice wash. Get some fresh white. I curl my liner brush. And I'm just going to come in and add some details. Not too many. Just a few. A little highlight on the handle. Little highlight on the crosses of the window panes. Little highlight on the trim. I'm just using a very light touch. I'm just swishing my brush here on the steps, making a little white highlight. I'm going to take my brush long ways and just add some white highlight to my broom. Up there to the chimney. A little to around the hat brim. Maybe some on the door. The wood door. On the trim. These details really kick your project up a notch, right? Not too much. Just a little bit here and there. I'm just now adding a little bit of white highlight all around the brim. And I think that'll do it. So we are going to wait for this to dry, and then we can clear coat it with some triple thick or some matte clear coat or a gloss clear coat or a satin finish. I'll throw some links in the bottom in the description. If you are not following me on YouTube, please do. And you can grab a tea light once this is dry, about 24 hours. You've clear coated it if you want to. That does help set the paint. Put a little battery operated tea light right in here and it'll light up on the counter. So cute. Thanks guys.